What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103, and welcome to episode 7 of the Blaugrana and Parisien. Yet another international break ahead of us, which is boring, but we, of course, had a whole week of action for both teams where we both had the same record 1 win and 1 loss, but I think one loss meant a bit more than the other, and we will talk about that. But we got, of course, my boy PSG Int. How are you doing?
Yes, sir. I mean, despite what PSG are going through, I'm doing great myself. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Of course, can't let the football affect you too much, or else it's dangerous stuff. But
Yeah.
let's get started with the past weekend games, since it's the most refreshing of what we have in our mind. We'll start with PSG. I think it was a 4-2 win against Angers. I don't think I watched the game because I was watching another game that was happening at the time. I forget which game was it. Another 3 p.m. game. But tell me about it. I saw you guys were 4-0 up at halftime. I was going to go join the live stream and hate on you a bit, but you were 4-0 up. I'm thinking, oh my god. Then you took out Barcola and Hakimi at halftime. Thinking, okay, it's going to be easy. And I came back. You can see 2 goals in the last few minutes. But how was the game overall for you?
I mean, Angers are sitting, I think, 16th place. So only 2 teams have been worse than them in Ligue 1. So I knew it was going to be stat pad session, despite us now coming off that defeat to Atletico. Score 4 goals in the first half is the most we've done in one half this season. But, a bit like the Marseille game, I would say that's the difference between maybe Lucho and Flick. Flick is 4-0 up, he wants 8. He's 8-0 up, he wants 12. Lucho, he's a bit like comfortable. Same thing happened in Marseille game where we're 3-0 up in the first half. Second half didn't really happen. Same thing here. And as you mentioned, he subbed out our best players. And yeah, we conceded 2 stupid goals towards the end. But I blame on us. If we actually continued or wanted more in that second half, I don't see that happening. One other thing that happened, in the beginning of the first half, their ultras, Angers ultras, started throwing tennis balls into the game.
I saw it in the highlights.
And stopped the game.
In the second half.
Because they were mad. They were 4-0 down at halftime at their home stadium. So they did that. And I would say Angers played better than us in that second half. Strictly because we dropped off. But
is that concern for you, or you think the game was already done at halftime? Doesn't really matter.
I mean, this could be a concern if this ever happens in a big game. For example, if just as an example, we're playing against Barca, we're 3-0 up, and then instead of continuing to kill the game and so on, we start playing comfortable, and you come back. Then I'm gonna bring this up and be like, well, we've seen this before from Luis Enrique, not wanting to kill the opposition and becoming comfortable. But no, I'm calm. Happy for Barcola. 10 goals in the league this season.
I have
0 in the UCL.
I have a statement that I want to bring up because I've been following PSG a lot this season because of the show. I think there is one player on both PSG and Barcelona that has been by far the worst player performance-wise this season of the, let's say, 40 players that play for both team. I want to see if you agree with me or not. Gianluigi Donnarumma, man, he is on fraud watch. Oh my god! I saw the second goal. What was it? The first or second? I think it was the second goal that they conceded.
The second.
Oh, but he had that. He had the stinker in the other game, the one midweek. I mean, and what happened about their? I saw watching one of your videos that there were reports that they were gonna drop Donnarumma for Stankov, and then he still started. I guess Atletico Madrid and still started against Angers. But tell me about Donnarumma. Are you gonna renew his contract still? How stinky has he really been? Is Ter Stegen better? They got I need to know the details.
Nah, I think Ter Stegen might. I don't know. Like Donna last season, in the group stage, he only had one mistake, I would say. And then in the UCL knockout stages, obviously didn't do that well versus Barca and Dortmund. But in the league, he was by far the best goalkeeper in Europe's top 5 leagues. Like, he saved at least 10 goals that should have gone in. This season, though, in the UCL versus Arsenal, he gave away both goals against PSV, against Atletico. It's been a shambles. And in the league, as you've mentioned, like, he's conceding everything. And the thing about Safanov, there was a potential that he could start. It wasn't like Safanov is going to start and then Donna started. It was like, maybe he will. So I definitely don't know. There's heavy pressure on him. And whenever reports about extension come out, they always say, PSG want to extend Nuno, Hakimi, Vitinha. Donna's name is not there because I believe this could be his final season at the club. This is his 4th season. And what's the point in giving him more chances? This is the goalkeeping position. This is a position you should not be taking any risks in. So, no, he's been the worst. Like Dembele, for example, I think he's been He's been good to really good in Ligue 1, but in the UCL he's been ass. Donna though, he's been ass everywhere. Everywhere. Ligue 1, Coupe de France, training, everything.
Will he be a free agent this summer, or he has this summer one more year left on his deal?
Yeah, I think 2026.
Oh, okay.
But he really wants to stay. Like his agent is coming out twerking, saying, "Yeah, Donna really wants to stay in the future. He wants to become the captain." Look, this is not a relationship. This is a football club. We don't care about what Donna wants. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he has been stinky. I'm thinking, look, I've seen Ter Stegen, drop some stinkers here and there, but this man is consistently dropped his thing. As soon as the Angers scored that second goal and I saw it, I'm like, yep, I gotta bring this up. Like, this agenda's I gotta push this agenda a little bit.
Nah, he's cooked.
He's absolutely cooked. But what's your thoughts on it? Would you drop him? Would you give maybe Sankorov a chance? Maybe Arnaud Denez? Would you just stick with Donna for the rest of the season, just because he has experience and he is on his day a good goalkeeper? What would you do in this case as a fan?
I actually brought this up as an example on my pod. I said Barca won the treble with an unexperienced goalkeeper. Ter Stegen had barely played any UCL before he became, because he was your starting keeper.
I don't think he played any UCL.
Because Bravo was La Liga.
Yeah. I don't think he played any.
He didn't play any.
He didn't play any Champions League. He's at Mönchengladbach, right? I think what he did was he got them into the Champions League and then joined Barcelona that summer.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think he played any Champions League football before Barcelona whatsoever. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Donna has been so bad, and I mean, there's a reason we bought Safanov, and when we bought him, we promised him that you're actually competing with Donna for the spot. You're not just a second goalkeeper. So yeah, I would definitely give Safanov the chance. I don't know how good he is. I just feel like
has he played so far? I feel like he's played one game.
No, he played Rem away. We drew 1-1. He played Girona game because Donna was injured.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, Girona were ass, so it wasn't like a game where we could test him. And then he played. I think he played Arcelon. Yeah, the game before the Atletico game he played. So a lot of people thought he would be the starting versus Atletico.
That's when those rumors came out.
Yeah. No, even after the Arsenal game, they were questioning Donna because like he actually gave away that game. Arsenal weren't even that good. I mean, we were ass. I'm not gonna defend us, but I'm just saying if those goals didn't come in, maybe we could have had a better result. But no, I would definitely give Safanov the chance. I mean, we're facing Bayern now as well, so they're probably gonna.
Oh, I love it, man! I love it. Who do you play in the weekend game? In Ligue 1 first.
Toulouse.
At home.
Toulouse. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whoever plays that game, I feel like will play the Champions League game because you cannot have one goalkeeper that game, one goalkeeper the next game. They need a bit of continuity. So we'll see. Luis Enrique is always been a manager for me who has a system, so I feel like he'd have second choice goalkeeper play the cups and stuff like that. But since Stankov's already kind of play some Ligue 1 games, maybe he has more experience. Again, it was because Donnarumma was injured. But any star players in that Angers game? I heard that Asensio wasn't too bad.
Yeah. No, Asensio had 2 assists, pretty much 3 assists. The thing with Asensio, it's like when we play in Ligue 1, either against mid-table or low teams, he looks really good because Asensio is a good player. When you start playing the top teams, that's when Asensio looks fucking ass. So yes, it's Angers. He found his level. But one guy that cooked was Tanguy Lee. I mean, he's had a very underrated season for us. He's our second top scorer this season, just overtook Dembele. I think he has 10 goals and assists so far this season. So for me, he was my man of the match. He was the standout player. Barcelona got 2 goals. Wasn't that good, but like he's scoring goals at a very high rate. I think he has 10 goals in 11 games this season. Skriniar, I don't remember if he from last season. Skriniar was asked for us. This season he's been used as like the 5th choice centre back, but he's always stepped up when he's come in. So
drop Pacho for him or no?
No. Pacho was sent early to Ecuador for the international break, so he wasn't even in the squad.
I mean, would you drop?
Oh yeah.
Did you drop Pacho?
No.
No, he's not that good yet.
No. I think this is Skriniar's level, playing against Angers, and that's his level, man.
Well, we'll see how things turn out, but I do rate Tanguy Lee. When he was at La Liga, he played a little bit for Valencia, got that move to Mallorca, broke out for 2 years, then made the move to PSG. I felt like PSG kind of signed him just to get into the South American market a little bit, get those shirts sales. I remember reading a stat that he sold more shirts than Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, something like that, when he first joined.
I don't know about that. What I definitely know is that last season, more Tanguy Lee shirts were bought than Mbappe shirts.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what I know.
But I guess that's fine. We can move on to Barcelona now, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Why are you smiling?
Okay. No, I'm not smart. But I'm just saying there's so much to talk about. There's so much to talk about. It's not just the defeat. It's the decision from the referee, which a lot of people have talked about.
How do you see that? To start with the decision, how do you see that as an outsider just watching? You think it's a disgrace? You think you think Lewandowski was onside? You think it was a random mistake? Would you replay the game? How would you resolve the solution? Like, how do you see it from the outside?
Okay, first of all, I didn't watch the game. Like I only saw like pictures of it and so on. For me, the main thing is why don't we have a photo from the other angle? Because we have it from here where you have the defender's leg and Lewandowski, so it's pretty much covered. If we had a picture from the other side, we could clearly see what's happening. So again, Tebas.
So there is a picture from the other side because there was a fan and a Barcelona fan in the other section. He was doing a vlog, and he recorded the moment, and you can still see in that view as well. Here, I'll send it. I'll DM to you right now on Twitter.
Did you post it?
Yeah. From that angle as well, you can still see that he's onside. So I have no idea.
Okay. Oh my. Okay.
Oh, you seen it?
Okay. Yeah, because you posted it before, right?
Yeah. I replied.
No,
to
you
it.
reposted. It was from some Seram FCB.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, La Liga is cooked. La Liga.
Bro, it is crazy because I was watching the game. You can see in my live watch along. I'm like, when I first saw the replay, I said, "Oh, I think he's just onside." Then they started reviewing. They started waiting. I said, "Oh, if they're reviewing and they're waiting this much, that means he's gonna be just off." They said offside. I'm like, okay, based on what I saw, it looked really close. I want to see the angle. They showed the replay again, not the technology one, but just like the camera. I'm like, how is that? How is that offside? They show the angle. They show that he's offside by like half a toe. I'm like, okay, whatever. At halftime, I see people saying, "Oh, they used the wrong foot." I look at it, I zoom in, I'm like, oh my god, they used the wrong foot. Like, I was baffled, absolutely baffled, because when you watch the replays, he looks on, and apparently what they did was during the second half, they showed up the replay of it where he was offside, but what they did was they sped up the moment of the offside. So when Frankie de Jong passes the ball, that's when you of course freeze the frame. What they did is they moved the ball a bit more advanced to show that Lewandowski was offside. Like, I've been saying this for years, and I'll say it again. This is Florentino Paris' league, and we live in it. Every time Barcelona wins the league, we always have to overcome, obstacles. And when we lose the league, unless it's by a comfortable margin, like for example last year or a few years beforehand, when it's by a close distance, we always get robbed. You look at the 16-17 season, the Betis goal that went in, we didn't get. Final day against Atletico Madrid in the 13-14 season, we scored 2 legal goals. Mateo Laos ruled them both there. He came out 4 years later saying that, yeah, both goals were legit. I made a mistake. So that's why us Barca fans are not, losing our balls and losing our marbles, because it happens all the time. But I would love to see how the federation reacts, because they, of course, I saw the video today about the Premier League referee talking about how he hates Liverpool. I'm like, that's just in La Liga, that's that for Barcelona, but for every referee, everyone just knows it. It's like a norm. So it sucks, but for me, the issue is that if that goal counted, I don't think Barcelona would have lost. But since that goal, we did nothing. I mean, we can't sit here and justify that, we lost 1-0 because the one goal didn't count. Yes, I think if we go 1-0 up, we look much more comfortable. It puts Sociedad more under pressure. The stadium gets a bit quiet, but since that goal, we had no chances whatsoever. Sociedad had a few. They, of course, scored, passed the chance. The thing is, the goal we conceded was Cubarsi slips. So that's why the player gets in behind so easily, because it was piss pouring rain. So I think it was just a little blip. I don't think we got battered. I just think we looked really poor in the final third. I think it comes down a lot to how Hansi Flick selected the team. I mentioned this in my match analysis video today, that he put Fermin Lopez on the right wing, and you have already on the left wing the similar profile. So we had everything was just so narrow. And what Sociedad did was they overboxed the middle of the park, and they just pressed everyone so heavily, and they left the spaces out wide open. And that's why Koundé and Balde both play very poorly as well, because they had no space and no room to create any chances and to create anything going forward. Also, Koundé had a stinker. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to blame the pitch, because it goes both ways. Even lost Sociedad players slipped, and they even missed an open net because they slipped as well. But the ball was just not falling Koundé's way. It kept on slipping away from him and stuff like that. But hopefully Flick learns from this. Say that it's quite clear that Barcelona need to rely on another touchline winger. The only touchline winger we do have is Lamine Yamal, because Ferran Torres is more of an inside winger. Rafinha is an inside winger. Ansu Fati is an inside winger as well. Lamine Yamal is the only natural wide winger that we do have. So that's why people say, oh, when he lose. The 2 games we've lost this season, he didn't start either of the games. So people are kind of saying, Lamine Yamal and Depensia, like with Messi, and it's... I don't know. I think Flick hopefully is a smart man. He'll realize what the issue is. I spoke to some Bayern fans, and they tell me that, there's always this random game where they just lose out of nowhere. It happens, but after that, they'll go on and win. But based on the last 5 games, I'm like not going to lose my mind, because we've already exceeded expectations. And people are even mentioning that, Real Madrid having their worst season ever, and they're only 3 points behind the super team Barcelona. I'm like, first of all, you have a super team, so don't worry about us. You have Galacticos left, right, and center, and you're tweaking and celebrating that you beat Osasuna 4-0 at home. And second of all, you should be winning this league. You're the league champions. I've never seen, as me as a Barca fan for like 15 years now, I've never seen Madrid go back-to-back in the league. I've never seen Madrid defend a title in Spain, period. Of course, they did the 3-peat in the Champions League. But I've never seen them defend a title in Spain. And they're, moving like, we're gonna still win the league. This Barca team is serious, but I don't know. The game was boring yesterday. It reminded me a lot of, I wouldn't say PSG's game against Arsenal, but PSG's game against PSV, where in the first half, few chances, second half, nothing happened. Yeah, we chucked in crosses at the end, but no, the crosses were successful. So it's a bit lethargic, but we'll take it on the chin, hopefully learn from it.
When did this goal happen? The Salah goal?
Like the 20th minute.
Oh.
Yeah, that first 20 minutes we were playing.
I thought it was more towards the end. I thought it was after they were 1-0 up.
No. This happened in the first half. They scored just before halftime, like in the 40th minute. And that was in the 25th. That first 20 minutes we played all right. That's why I said that the goal would have helped Barcelona way more, because in the first half of the first half, we were playing the way we did. And then we started just slipping, and the weather was getting really rainy. Frankie de Jong had like a huge knee clash that stopped the game for like 2 minutes, and the momentum kind of fell away from us. And then they get a goal out of nothing. Again, they didn't create the goal. It was just a header that went over Cubarsi. He went to go head it, but he slipped, and then the player was through on goal. He scored. But I would want to see. What would you do in this game? Would you say that you have to replay the game because it was a legal goal that wasn't given? Would you say you just have to move on and just take the sorry apology that we do get, if we do get any?
What I would say is, we can go back to the last time something like this would have happened, and that is without VAR. And when we didn't have VAR, mistakes happen, and you just played on. I don't think he can do a rematch or so on. But what I would say is, obviously, Tebas has to start fucking putting in money into improving the officiating in the league, because this is an occurring problem.
We don't even have goal line technology because he's cheap.
He says like, you will only use it for like one game here.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. I mean, he's not wrong, to be honest. He's not wrong, to be honest, but yeah, if he's not going to get goal line technology, then he's always going to invest into, better medical technology. Someone here said in the chat that you can't blame the referee rules, so they were much better. 100%. But in that first 20 minutes where we were playing well and we did get the goal, the momentum would have shifted on our side, and it would have, brought down the morale of Sociedad. That is my point. We didn't deserve to win the game over the course of the 90 minutes, of course. We didn't play well whatsoever, but I'm saying that if the legal goal was given, the perspective of the game would have been much different. Could we have won the game? Maybe. Would have been a draw? Maybe. Would we have still lost? Maybe. We don't know.
I don't even think, like, as you said, the referee, you can't even blame it on the referee. This is totally on VAR. As you said, they had it 2 seconds forward, and they were, because I was seeing the picture where Leva's shoe and the other guy's shoe both were black when they did the cartoon thing.
Yeah.
So how can you know from that who is onside and who's?
If you look at the positioning of the freeze frame of like the picture and stuff that we saw on the TV compared to that, you can tell whose foot is who. But the fact that they tried to even manipulate it in the second half, it shows again that he was like a bit more clear onside because they advanced the play, was just beyond corruption. Again, I want to make this clear. I'm not blaming the referee on the pitch whatsoever because he's being told what to do. It's not on him.
Yeah.
It's on the one in the VR room. Carlos Grande, who was a very good referee back when he first joined. When he joined, I think, in 2012. He was one of the better referees as well. He's very neutral. He always got decisions right before VR. But since 2017, he got a bit corrupt. I don't know if Madrid paid him or what happened, but since then he's been a bit ropey.
The thing with this corruption and stuff, for example, in Ligue 1, I've never felt we have. Actually, maybe it would be slightly a bit the opposite. I would say sometimes, for example, Neymar got kicked like crazy and the referee didn't help us. But one league I can take example from is Premier League. The Premier League, they always used to complain that United got favored by referees. And in the past years, I've been hearing like Arsenal and Liverpool fans claim that City get favored by the referees.
Yeah.
So do you think it's a normal thing? This happens to every big league where like the biggest, most dominant team gets
but
like favors?
But the difference in our league is that we know that every single referee. I don't know if you know this or not. Every single referee is a Madrid fan. Every single one. Of course, in Premier League, you have maybe a referee that has maybe a bit of bias to one team, but they say that, oh, I support Newcastle and I'm refereeing Arsenal versus Liverpool. I don't care, right? I support Newcastle. But they might say, oh, Arsenal beat Newcastle 5-1, so I'm going to get some revenge. Maybe, sure, that's perspective. That's human being. But every single referee in La Liga is a Madrid fan. And I hope in a few years' time, maybe in 5 to 10 years, when the next generation of referees come in and they're all going to be Barcelona because they saw the success of Barcelona, we can get back at them a couple more times. But until then, we are stuck with what we have. And again, it's normal. I think the reason why some of the Barca fans are not really completely losing their mind is that not only did we not play well, and we didn't deserve to win anyways, but it happens all the time. So when you're used to it, you kind of just move on. If it happens more regularly, that's when I think the outburst will come out.
I mean, it's disgusting. I mean, I thought actually it was not. Because I saw one picture where they made it look like. So I was fooled by it. But what I've always wanted was a picture from a different angle. Mm-hmm. And now that you've sent me this one, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I mean, if I was in this situation, I don't know what I would do.
But I'm wondering like how he messed up, because we've had the offside technology is the first time we're using it this season. We've now had 12 games. They've used it a lot, especially for Barcelona games, because we're always having the high line. They do it fine. So how do they mess this one up all of a sudden? And it's okay. And people are saying that before the Osasuna game for Real Madrid, Ancelotti came out and said that we have a new game plan we're gonna try. We're confident we'll get bounced back. We found a new formula. Everyone thinks the formula is fucking over Barcelona pretty much. So.
And I remember last time we talked, you were like, because the Valencia game was postponed, you said if we win, we're 9 points clear. Now, obviously, there's still a 6-point difference. If Madrid win that game, it would be 3 and so on.
Yeah.
Do you see the league differently now with the 3-point gap less?
I'm very confident Madrid got points again. They've not been convincing whatsoever. Even the Osasuna game, they look very mid. If Osasuna were, the Osasuna that faced us, it would have been a much different game. And points still will be dropped from both ends. But I think just having that comfortable lead based on how you look at the table will benefit Barcelona much more. And again, keep in mind, I saw someone mention this on Twitter this morning. It's a good point. We played all very tough away games at the start of the season because we're at the Montjuic still, so we're trying to delay all the big home games for the second half of the season when we're at the Camp Nou. So that would be a big advantage for us. New stadium, 60,000 instead of 40,000. They're at least closer to the pitch. That would be a big impact as well. So the fact that we had a few obstacles at the start of the season and we're still top of the league by 6 points, playing well, revolutionizing the side, I'm encouraged. And I still believe that Barcelona are the best team in the world. I think, peak form, we can beat anyone in the world. I still think we are the best. But again, slip-ups always happen here and there.
Yeah.
And I think there's another one. Again, if you look at I tweeted before the international break, we came back in October, 6 games, I would take 4 wins and like a draw and a loss. I just wanted those 4 wins, one of them to be against Bayern in a Bayern or a Clasico, and I wanted to compete. If 5 out of 6, we beat Bayern 4-1, Madrid 4-0, I'll take it. That's my perspective, anyways.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Who was the Barca player? Because you said one PSG player been thinking with Donna. Who was the Barca player you wanted to mention?
No. I think Donnarumma has been the worst player from the whole entire PSG squad and the whole entire Barcelona squad. That was my point.
Oh my god.
Am I wrong?
You said I have one Barca player and one PSG player.
No.
We're being asked.
I have a bone to pick with you, by the way. Do you know who was Barcelona's best player yesterday? Mr. Cubarsi, who I see you keep shitting on. I don't know if
you just said he made the mistake.
He slipped. That's because it was piss poor.
17.
Nah,
He's
man.
17.
Nah,
and
man.
he was hurt from Red Star. He probably still had a head concussion.
Exactly. And he still put in a masterclass of a performance. If he didn't, so remember how he wasn't gonna start? He was possibly in doubt for the game because of the stitches that Barcelona wanted him to heal the wound. If he did not play, and we played Sergio Dominguez, who was about 9th choice center back from the B team, yeah, no, we would have gotten cooked 3 or 4-0, let alone a dodgy 1-0. He was unbelievable last night, and you have to. I don't know if you have the La Masia agenda. I get we glaze our talents a lot, but we glaze them because they perform. A lot of Barca fans, I don't know. I think a lot of Barca fans and Bayern fans, they don't only watch their team, but they also watch a lot of other teams as well. So you get a good perspective on who's good, who's bad, what teams are good, stuff like that, coaches, philosophy, styles, and you kind of implement that into what you watch. I struggle to see any center back as good as Cubarsi on the ball and as good as decision making as well. And that's what we saw in this game. There are so many moments where he's in tight areas, in the corner flag. Just it looks like he's just kicking the ball long, but it'd be a perfect pass to Pedri, a perfect pass to Casado. He's now improving in the air as well. One of his big criticism last season was that in the air he needs to do maybe a bit better. He won, I think, all his aerial duels last night. And all this with a 10 stitches and a freaking mask is going to be annoying you and stuff like that. You gotta, kill the agenda a bit. He's better than Marquinhos and Pacho. He's better than Marquinhos and Pacho.
Again, I don't want to defend my players at the moment because they don't deserve defending, okay?
That's facts.
So you can cook every PSG player. But my issue with Cubarsi and other players sometimes, what I do is it's a bit like Bellingham as well. He can be a good player. He's overhyped. So I need to hype him down. Would you say Cubarsi is the best centre-back in the world?
No. I think that's Inigo.
Okay, there's some Barca fans that have genuinely told me that in the comments, and I'm like, come on.
I think he's
you
definitely.
Want me to prop Cubarsi when you say this?
I think he's definitely top 10.
Yeah, I saw that in the comment. I was like, yeah, I can validate that.
I think he's definitely top 10.
That.
You can maybe
he's being top.
Yeah, I think you can make maybe an argument for top 5. I think number 1 is Inigo. I don't know if you do agree or disagree. I think Inigo and Van Dijk are kind of fighting for number 1.
He's been good.
That's how I see it, but
I just think centre backs have fallen off so much. Like before, in 1 year, you could have Godin, Piqué, Mascherano, Thiago Silva, Ramos, Pepe, Boateng, company. Now it's like a worst Van Dijk, Rudiger.
Because defenders now have to be.
Inigo.
Inigo's center backs nowadays have to be way more technical. I think the technical side of it is more important than the actual defending side of it, which is different than back in the day. Back in the day, it was a lot of, raw, just, slide tackle, boot the ball clear, win your headers, just kick the ball. Now you got to play the pass, be more intelligent. And I think Cubarsi is good at all that. So.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
No, Cubarsi definitely has the potential maybe to even become the best centre-back in the world when, he's developed enough.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Someone said here, Ferran versus Donnarumma battle for mid. I mean, I think Ferran Torres has probably been performance-wise one of our worst players this season. Alongside Gerard Martin, but Gerard Martin doesn't really count. He's in a league of his own. But let's talk about the Champions League then. I've been looking forward to this, and you keep telling me what's up with this group gimmick. Habibi, you're getting grouped. I told you, if you don't beat Atletico Madrid, you're getting grouped. You cannot sit here and tell me you're gonna beat Bayern and Man City. I don't think you'll win either of those games. But talk to me about the Madrid game.
I mean, wait. Who's worse this season, PSG or City?
Over the course of the season?
So far this season.
I'll say PSG.
No, City and Madrid both have been worse. I know we've been ass.
No, because look, we don't. No one really counts League. Where we see you and how you get tested is in the Champions League. That's how we see it best. So.
We've lost. We've not created enough. We've not scored. But we haven't looked bad.
I mean...
Again, I'm not trying to defend PSG here, but I don't know how you can say you don't see us winning versus Bayern. There are some great teams.
Bro, you can't even beat Atletico at home. You're at home, you couldn't beat Atletico. You couldn't beat PSV. You got cooked by a mid-Arsenal.
That's our Achilles heel.
And here's the problem
That's
as well.
our Achilles heel.
Here's the
Look,
problem as well. You
give
have
me Bayern's company press.
listen. This is the problem as well. You have that you're not looking at. Not only are you desperate for points, they're desperate for points as well. So you just lost. Bayern lost against Barcelona as well. They need points against that top 8 too. That's the thing. No, but talk about this Atletico Madrid game because I think it was at the same time as Barcelona. So I did watch it. I did watch your tears afterwards. I did enjoy it a lot. But you go 1-0 up. I'm like, oh, they're gonna win there because once they go 1-0 up, it's kind of like okay. 90th minute, Angel Correa goal, man. And then you said Lucho out afterwards as well. So now I don't know if you're officially Luis Enrique out, but talk to me about that game. What happened? I know you guys missed a few chances, especially in that second half, but talk to me.
No. Look, the best way to explain the game is Lucho out. We did absolutely nothing. I don't know if you've seen the highlights. Do you know who gave us the goal? A Barca legend.
I know, Clement Lenglet. I know, man.
He saw Dembouz. He was like, wait, we're teammates at Barca, right? And he just gave it to him. Dembouz got an assist. And then they scored 2 minutes after, immediately. Mm-hmm. What happened then was one of the most disgusting stuff I've seen. It was just U-shape. Just from Spain. Lucho Prime Spain, just this. We're just doing this. We didn't create anything in that first half. Then in the second half, we got some chances. Should have scored. And then when they scored, I wasn't even that mad. Why? Because I've gotten used to losing in the UCL under Lucho. He's lost more games than he's won. Do you know how embarrassing that is?
I do, and I love it.
So no, I mean, it's been... It's been dreadful. It's been dreadful.
You're getting grouped. There's no way you make it out of the hood alive. No. You have what? You have look. Yeah, okay. Wait. You have Bayern away, City at home, and then Stuttgart away.
Yeah, and Salzburg away.
So 1 home game, 3 away games. You have, unless you have to beat one of City or Bayern, and then you have to beat both Salzburg and Stuttgart.
We can just beat them too. Then we're sitting on 10 points. We'll make top 24.
We just beat them too. Salzburg and Stuttgart. That's not going to be enough. You're going to lose to City and Bayern.
But 10 points is enough. 10 points is enough.
There's no way 10 points enough. There's no way. What about one second. I'm going to get up this UCL table because I think Barcelona are 9. Let me see here. Yeah, so Barcelona, so the top 8 is basically 9 points right now. All these teams in this top 8 are going to get more points. And then you have, City at 7, Juventus 7, Arsenal 7. They're going to win games. Madrid is at 6, Bayern is at 6. They're going to win games. 10 points is not okay.
No. The thing is, Barca, I'm not saying this even basing off the table. Before the Champions League new format started, they had mathematically, like AI, find out how much points you need. And they said top 15... you need 15 to 17 points minimum to make top 8. So that's what, if you guys are aiming for top 8, that's what you guys need. At least 15 points. So you need to win pretty much 3 more games and you've made it.
Yeah, I was thinking about top 8. That's why. My bad. I mean, I guess you can still get...
top 8 is over.
Yeah.
Top 8 it's...
I guess you can still get top 24, but... You're gonna need.
Yes, sir. We're not getting grouped. We got it from part.
You're gonna need a miracle. I would love you lose to Bayern, lose to City. That Stuttgart do or die to get top 24. You like draw 1-1. Oh my god. Get me there. We will be there.
And the thing is, Salzburg and Stuttgart will be confident against us. Nobody rates us. We're fucking ass.
I know. You're crap, especially the UCL.
Lucho has to.
Yes, Lucho. Oh no, what's up, man? You don't like Lucho, my guy?
I've watched 4 UCL games, and the Arsenal game I can put to the side because it's a bit different. But the Girona, the PSV, and the Atletico game, I'm just watching the same game. We're not creating any chances because Lucho wants to play his U-shape, position ball, disgusting football. And it just doesn't work out. And then when they ask Lucho's like, if we fail, it will be my way. Like, it's a fucking compliment to himself. We don't want to fail. They even asked Lucho, are you worried about not making top 24? He was like, yeah, I am. Get him out, man. Get him out.
Go on, Lucho. Love it. I saw the reports that they should renew his contract as well, so they're not going to sack him.
No. I saw a report. They said they will look at that Bayern game as a big game. on Lucho, and that his seat isn't 100% confirmed. But then another report came out and said that Nasser went to the training the day after and said everything is calm. And even if we get grouped, Lucho's position would not be in danger. When I read that, I knew this club is fucking cooked. We've become Arsenal. That's what we've become. What Arsenal basically is, whatever happens, it doesn't matter because we will give this man time, whatever happens. And for example, Barca. If we take Barca as an example, because they are a big side that recently got grouped in the UCL, you had valuable excuses. You had lost Messi, you were broke, you had an unexperienced manager in Xavi. So you had reasons. So when you got knocked out, you were like, oh, I hate this feeling, I don't want this, but you understood it. I don't understand it. We've spent 800 million in the last 2 summers. Luis Enrique is a proven manager. So I can't fathom why we are this bad.
I told you this at the beginning of the season. PSG just don't look scary. They don't have like anything where you can be like, oh, we have to watch out for that. They're just like, yeah, they got good players, but you all need like you all need a number 9. The fact that Asensio and Kang In Lee are starting against false 9s and stuff like this in the Champions League is crazy. I could not believe that.
That's Lucho. You know Gyökeres?
Yeah.
Campos, our sporting director, wants Gyökeres. He wants to put the money now in January and get him before a big war happens in the summer. Lucho says, no, I don't want Gyökeres. Why? Because we bought Kolo for 90, and the price tag affected his mentality and his performances. I don't want Gyökeres to come, and that price tag will affect him. It's the gayest shit I've ever read in the... Man.
Someone here in the chat said, I said they think that you'll lose to Bayern and City, then draw to Stuttgart, then beat Salzburg, so that'll put you only on, what's that? You're on 6?
8?
Yeah, on 7
8,
points.
8.
How many points are you on now? 4?
4.
So 4 plus 4, 8, yeah. So, this could be, I think this might be I think they might draw to Stuttgart. I think they might draw to Stuttgart and draw to Salzburg as well. Because they'll know that PSG are shit and they're like, oh, let's get on top of them. We're at home as well. That's the thing. You've had all your home games to begin with and you didn't take any advantage of them whatsoever. The park, I thought the park was like a good hostile atmosphere, but low-key it's kind of crap.
It's dead.
Yeah.
It's dead.
Because they're actually like the Montjuic. The fans are quite far away from the pitch, especially the wider ones. Yeah. That's a no bueno, man.
No, look. When we really could potentially be grouped is if we don't do anything in the Bayern game, then after that is the Salzburg. If we don't win the Salzburg game, خلاص. Back up the bags. Because then we would like have to win versus City and have to win. Would
your season be dead? Like, let's be honest here. Like, you'll win League, okay, yeah, maybe the Coupe de France. Like, would you be like, this season, I'm just gonna wait till like the summer? Is that how you feel as a fan? If you get grouped, because remember, if you get grouped, you don't drop down to the Europa League or anything like that, because they stopped that this year. So you have like still nothing Europe to look forward to. So for a PSG fan, where again, not the majority of the success, but your main success is you want the Champions League. So if you get grouped in January, right, you're gonna have February, March, April, May, June, just to chill.
Look, what I'm happy with the potential of us getting grouped, there is a Club World Cup.
Just rest up for that. Just rest up for that.
It's a Club World Cup.
Win the league ASAP. No. Rest up for that.
No, what I would do if we get grouped again. Huge if I'm saying here. If we do get grouped, my main aim would obviously to win all trophies domestically, but try to go unbeaten in the league. That would be an incredible achievement that not many clubs have, including us. No French team has ever done that as well. So, if that potentially happens, that would be my main goal for the rest of the season. But like, I want to say it's not gonna get worse than this, but I said that versus Girona, I said that versus Arsenal, I said that versus.
I cannot wait. I mean, I think Bayern will beat you. I think City. You have City at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that could be a bit different. You could get a draw in that game, but again, City need to bounce back as well because they're kind of performing shit as well. So. It's going to be the battle of the mid.
The issue with the game versus City is this. The game is played in January. And here in France, I think similar to Spain, we have a break. We have a winter break. The Premier League obviously does not have a winter break. They have the Christmas football and Christmas and Jesus and everything. So they're going to be informed going into that game. They have been playing football going into that. Let me see the exact date. So we're playing City on 22nd of January. We will have, I think, one game coming back from our break in Ligue 1, maybe one game in Coupe de France, and then play City. So that's going to help City even more. So I don't want to go into that City game needing to win. Like Bayern, if we could get, I want to win versus Bayern. I'm confident we can beat Bayern. But if we like get a draw versus Bayern and then beat Salzburg, we are in such a more comfortable spot. Because then the City game isn't like a must win. We can play a bit comfortably. And then it's all on Stuttgart. But at the moment, I don't want to really make any predictions because it's been fucking terrible. I'm looking at Toulouse now.
Do you trust PSG to like win a do or die game like tomorrow? Let's say you have to beat Salzburg to stay in the Champions League, and if you know draw or lose, you're out. Would you trust PSG to go get the win away from home?
Against who?
Let's just say like Stuttgart, for example, since they're a bit better than Salzburg. I'm not saying if you think they'll win or not. Do you trust the team? Is my question.
The thing, this team, especially on the Lucho, because we're always ass in the first half. Even against Barca first leg, we were complete dog. I don't even know I don't remember a single chance we had in the first half against you guys. So it's a recurrent thing where in the second half, we have to push and go all out for. So our players are used to that. It hasn't obviously worked out. We have gotten, the Newcastle penalty at the end, the PSV goal, the Girona game goal at the end. So I know that my team will always fight. I would say in previous seasons, like Messi time and so on, when we lost, we lost. Like our players gave up pretty much mentally. So I don't think that exists anymore. So yeah, I'm confident that this team will always try to do its best. It's just the best isn't good enough.
Okay.
But shit's cooked, man. Shit's cooked. No, the players are complaining. The players are constantly complaining about Lucho's ball. And he's like, nope, let's ban Dembele. You don't talk. Let's ban him. Let's ban him.
It's Lucho's way or the highway, man. That's just how it is.
It's disgusting. Because I always bring up comparisons to Barca. The reason Lucho succeeded at Barca, because the club Barca, and your big players at that time, the locker room, forced him to make adjustments. Lucho, the terrorist, wanted to play Suarez right wing. Until you guys sat him down like Lucho, we're trying to win the UCL here. He adjusted and you won. PSG, it's the opposite. Lucho makes stupid decisions. And our board are like, here, let's extend you. We'll give you more power. Do whatever you want. This is your team. So, yeah.
Speaking of that game as well, that was the 1-0 we lost to Sociedad. We just did that yesterday, so treble is still loading.
Wait, okay, I forgot. But talk to me, Red Star. Is there that much talked about?
No, not really. It was a comfortable game. We played well. They got in behind. The goal they scored was a bit of a mistake by guess who? Surprise who? Gerard Martin. Second goal they scored was just like a great strike. Happens. Apart from that, we were comfortable. We in the final third we had so much fluidity. We created a lot of chances. We finished 5 goals. Yeah, it was all a good day's work really. As I think a lot of people expected. I think just conceding 2 maybe doesn't make the scoreline look sexy or anything like that. But performance-wise, it was up to par with what we expect. And people were surprised, going into that game. Of course, our record away in the Champions League is piss poor. So away game in the Champions League, difficult, hostile stadium, like I mentioned on the previous show. Can we overcome that, stuff like that? And again, I talked about what I said to you in the last show on your channel. Gotta get that first goal early on, and we did. Was it Indigo header like in the 9th minute or 12th minute, something like that? Quite done the crowd. They got a goal back, so they kind of got up for it a little bit again, but us scored before halftime killed it for them. So yeah, nothing really to report on that game. It was all about the other game at the same time. I cannot, if you get grouped, honestly, I will bug you the whole season. The whole season. Barcelona will be like in the round 16 and we'll be talking about but you got grouped though. You get
Yeah, so you're gonna be like, we're gonna talk about Barca coming up against Arsenal in the round of 16, and then we're like, and PSG playing
PSG have a break, right?
This weekend.
The thing is, you talked about how Barcelona got grouped. The first time we got grouped, we were just cooked. We lost Messi. Stadium was, just coming out of COVID. The team was, we had Yusuf Demir playing on the right wing. The second time we got a group, and after we spent 200 million stuff like that, that kind of rocked the world of Barcelona. You talked about Luis Enrique, how he won the treble. He had that bounce from the players telling him, "Yo, play Suarez, striker, blah blah blah. We had to win treble." Same thing happened in that game, but not only from Xavi, but it was the fans that said, "You know what? Tough group. We back you. Keep the movement and push going." Then we had an unbelievable run until like March or April till we won the league. So the second time we got grouped hurt way more, but we were in the group of death. We had Bayern, Inter, home and away. What was the other game? It was Victoria Pilsen.
Yeah.
I think those were the only games that we won. We won both those at home and away. Because in Bayern, we lost both Bayern games, and we drew to Inter at home, and we lost them away. But lost again.
Yeah.
Nero, Ansfati red card, handball didn't happen, blah, blah, blah. So that's why we kind of let that one slide a little bit.
No, and the thing is, unlike us, winning La Liga is an achievement because you're competing against Real Madrid. Liga isn't an achievement nowhere as big because there is no really someone that can compete with PSG. So like even that season it didn't go well. You still won La Liga, which was a great achievement for Barca. If we go out from the UCL, I said the unbeaten thing. That's like a magical thing we could do, but realistically, the season is over. The season is over if that happens.
If let's say you get grouped, right? Let's say it's against Stuttgart, like officially you've been grouped, right? The next league game, you lose. Is that your season? Is that your season cooked completely? Because then you lose, but you'll still win league. But the unbeaten thing is not there anymore. So you're like,
I mean, I would just create the biggest Lucho. I mean, my channel will go from PSG into Lucho out.
Oh my god, this. I feel like for Barcelona this season, we came to this season expecting to win one trophy. You're competing for 4, win 1 is progression from last season. So even if we know we don't win the Champions League, we don't win La Liga, we win the Cup or something like that, I would still see this season as a success. Then for PSG, it's different because they got to at least compete in the Champions League, and now you can't say, okay, drop down to Europa League, let's go win the Europa League, because that's now cooked out the door. So, I mean, your whole season could end in a little bit of a week's time. Like in a week, not like in a week, actually in a week, but we will be there. We will be there. We gotta hone in on that. Someone here in the chat. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You go.
No, I was just say I've never seen PSG be this bad in my entire PSG fan career, man.
Someone said, honestly, Lucho is a bit overrated as a manager. He's a bit overlooked by the treble he won in 2015. But any semi-decent manager would have done wonders with MSN. I don't think so. I think he did a lot more for that team than just MSN. Especially when he went to Spain as well. When he went to Spain, he did very, very well. Again, a team where it's just a lot of good players, no elite players, no crap players, a lot of good players. He made it work, made players much better. So I think he is a good manager. But I just think again, like I mentioned at the start, the PSG squad and the starting lineup does not scare me. Like when I watched the Arsenal game and I saw the PSG lineup come out, I'm like, that's like a juiced Villarreal team. Like in a sense that they have a lot of good players and nothing to really make you look forward to. No. I don't mean that like on a level wise.
No. I like the only players in their prime we have is Ousmane Dembele, Fabian Ruiz, and Marquinhos. The rest are development players. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I keep bullying you, man. I gotta stop. I think Lucho acts.
Keep me.
I think Lucho acts like that bad son, the size of the club of Barcelona. You have a lot more pressure than PSG. At PSG, you can win League and make it far in the UCL, and that's it. I mean, I guess of course there's no pressure to compare to Barcelona, and even Real Madrid as well. But there's still gonna be pressure on that because PSG they don't keep their managers for too long.
Wait, what? How? I mean, I do understand now we're going in a different direction with trust the manager and so on, but no manager job has as much pressure as the PSG manager's job. I know that Real Madrid and Barca and it's just that because we solely focus on the UCL, that puts immense pressure not just on the manager but everyone at the club. If you you can win Ligue 1, unbeaten, 100 points, score 200 goals, that doesn't matter if you get knocked out in the UCL. So I feel like it's immense pressure, but I do agree now because we're going in a different direction. It feels like there's no pressure at all on Lucho. So, yeah, in today's context, yeah, there is no pressure on Lucho, unfortunately.
Someone says I don't like how so many away games, man. I don't care if they try to heal us. Our next games is against Celta away, then Palmas at home, Mallorca. Again, that's the reason why they done that is because they want all the home games for Barcelona to be in the second half of the season. Because that's when we're gonna be back at the Camp Nou, hopefully. So it'll come good to us. It'll be a better advantage to us later on. But again, now we kind of have to struggle. Do you believe Luis Enrique can give PSG their first Champions League trophy?
Yes, I think out of all the managers we've had, Luis Enrique is obviously the only manager that's won a UCL before, apart from Carlo Ancelotti. And from what I saw from Luis Enrique last season, like last season was a good season, but it was a season where we're like, oh my god, if this continues, we could win it with Lucho. It's just that, second season is supposed to be an improvement from the first season, not a fucking downward spiral. So that's the thing that questions me.
Everyone knew you had a terrible summer as well. You worked for João Neves for about 3 weeks. Then we battled for 3 weeks with Bayern for Desiree Doué. Then you brought in Stankov, and that was it. Am I forgetting anyone?
Pacho.
Oh, and Pacho, which no one really won. No competition there. Like especially when no, I mean like no one really wanted him, but. When you lose a player like Mbappe, you're expecting, okay, we need like a marquee signing. Because now the rumors in Barcelona is like, oh, we're moving into a new stadium. Laporta wants to sign some big star name, get the juice even more.
Yeah.
Especially, I think last season PSG were very successful. They won all the trophies in the league in France, which again, they don't win them all. They usually win most of them, but winning them all is always difficult. Semi-final in the Champions League, which again, on paper is good. Losing to Dortmund may not look the best, especially when you had the second leg at home, but we'll move past that. So you're thinking, okay, build on that. You're being linked with Kvaratskhelia, Kvaratskhelia, Victor Osimhen, Julian Alvarez. These kind of players that you needed, and you just didn't get any of them. That's, I think, where PSG made the mistake. Because PSG is not really a club that develops players. Yes, you have Warren Zaire-Emery. You've developed, I know Nkunku came from PSG, who's now at Chelsea.
Coleman Diaby.
Who?
Kingsley Coman and Moussa Diaby.
Yes. But, they don't really known for developing players. That's why you have to always be top conditions in the transfer market.
There's a short available now on my YouTube channel you can watch where I cooked Barca and Madrid. I cooked Barca. Why? Because they lost Messi and barely replaced him. I cooked Madrid because they lost Ronaldo and barely replaced him. Why? Because when I was sitting there, I was like, we're going to sign Kvara. We're going to get this guy.
Whoa.
But no, we did even worse. At least Barca got like Luke de Jong, who had a cheeky season in La Liga.
Yeah, cheeky 6 months.
What did we do?
Whoa. We were. The reason why Messi left is because we were broke. How are we supposed to sign someone to replace him for broke? Then the only players we signed that summer that Messi came was Aguero for free, earning no wages. Eric Garcia for free, earning no wages. We bought back Emerson Royale for like $9 million and then sold him for $30 million profit. And we signed Memphis Depay for free. Those are the only signs we made. So, and then I mean,
that's better than us.
You think those four are better than
Aguero and Depay? We didn't get a single attack. I mean, we got Doué, but he's not even an attacker. He's more like a midfielder that we're playing out of position.
Yeah, he's an attacker midfielder. He's like an Odegaard.
Yeah. Even reports say Lucho wants to play him more centrally, but because we don't have any attackers, he's forced to play him as an attacker. It's.
So you really think that summer signings with Force is better than this last one?
Oh yeah. No, not the window. Purely replacing Messi's goal contributions.
Oh, okay.
Like I still think we had because we signed João Neves and Pacho. They've been very good for us this season. But just strictly looking at replacing, I mean, we haven't. We lost Mbappe and we replaced him with Asensio from the bench.
That's just jokes. I mean, I don't know how PG got away with that kind of window. Barca boy yesterday's game showed why Leao is needed. Number 10 is useless ball they can't cross, and Rafinha is doing great, but Leao is different. Yeah, again, like I mentioned in my video today, we need another touchline winger. Leao could be, whether it's Leao or Nico Williams, whatever Barcelona decide to do based on money and stuff like that, but we'll see. Opinions on Frankie de Jong. Besides the Real Madrid match, he has been poor. Should he leave? I don't think so. Yeah, he was bad against Espanyol. Wasn't good against the Red Star. I think he played well in the first half of Sociedad. He got kind of beat up in that final 5 minutes, but he was the one that created the goal for Lewandowski. He created the other chance that we had in the first half as well. I still think he's getting back to full fitness. Again, he was out for 6-7 months. He's only been back for a few games now, but I think the real test of Frankie de Jong will be after this international break, especially now he's going to go with the Dutch team, but friends, vibes, blah, blah, blah. He'll probably play a lot more there. So when he comes back, I think that's when hopefully we'll see the real version of Frankie, and then we can decide after that. When do you think PK will be running for president? When Laporta is done. Oh, we have Martin Braithwaite as well, yes. The GOAT way. Well, now he's a twat because he went to Espanyol, the idiot. And then he started talking crap about Barcelona, sued us, lost, and then now I have no idea where he is. I think he's a free agent right now, not even playing, but still not retired.
He could possibly be playing in Brazil.
No way is
with
Martin Braithwaite. I'm checking right now.
Not 100% sure, just a small chance.
Oh my god, you're right. He plays for Grêmio.
Yeah.
Oh my
6
god.
goals, 2 assists in 13 games. And he's rich as well.
Yeah,
he has like
a
sells
company.
houses.
He has a real estate company in America, yeah. He's living life. I respect it, but you know that when Barcelona signed him outside the window, after that they took the rule out. So maybe he caused more damage than good. I guess that's it. Unless you want to add anything else, we kind of discussed everything. I left the PSG for a bit. Barcelona cooking.
Yeah, one thing I want to add is I saw that tweet from I think DFB, that Barca account, and then you quote tweeted it as well, which has to do with the 3 defeats you've had and the similarities in how your opponent played. Do you see that pattern?
So the only way to beat the Hansi Flick system philosophy that he plays at Barcelona right now is to do 2 things. 1, to nullify the attack. 2nd, go man-to-man press. Bayern Munich did that and at 20 minutes in that game where they absolutely cooked us. We lead chances left, right, and center. I think, again, the morale was on my side, so we were playing that great. When the only manager that makes a system that is hard to beat is Pep, because he's just a genius. But all these other managers, whether it's Luis Enrique, Hansi Flick, Carlo Ancelotti, Jose Mourinho, all their system has flaws. And that's why Pep is the best manager of all time, because he sees those flaws and he exploits them and he exposes their blueprint. The Flick system is very clear. High risk, high reward. So you risk it very high and you hope to get high reward. If you don't get high reward, the whole thing fails. He did that in the last 10 minutes of the game as well. He kind of took off Koundé, chucked everyone forward, and we still couldn't get a chance. With the high line and being so free-flowing in the final third, you have to be constructive in your defensive transition. So when you go man-to-man press and you put those players in those difficult positions, and then it's more on Barcelona to overcome it. So Barcelona outpass you, they beat the press, the through-on goal they score. That's because Barcelona's individual brilliance. But if they don't, you pick the ball up, the high line's going to be already as more advanced as possible. Long ball over the top. Bada bing, bada boom, you're through on goal. 9 out of 10 chance you scored the goal. In the game against Sociedad, their goal was very lucky, like I mentioned, because Cubarsi slipped. Past that, they had a few chances, mainly coming from Barcelona errors. The reason why people saying that Sociedad played better, they deserved to win the game, is that when they won the man-to-man press in the midfield, they gave Barcelona no cushion, no area, and no avenue to build up any sort of play whatsoever. We saw Barcelona maybe pass it between the defense, into the midfield, lost it. Defense, midfield, lost it. Defense, midfield, okay, we beat the press one time, attack, lost it. That's why Sociedad won the game, because they were very effective in the way they won the ball back in Barcelona and nullified passing avenues. That's why they made it difficult, and that is the flaw for Flick. People talked about, Osasuna played that way. They did, but we also rotated our team, half the team, which was a bit strange. Monaco, they did that as well, but we had a red card, so it made it a bit difficult. This is the first time where you say, okay, 11v11, the system worked. If big teams do this against us, again, we saw Bayern Munich do it in the first 20 minutes of the UCL game, but just do this to us, it's going to be such risky football, because that game could be 5-5, for all I know. That's Flick's philosophy. I respect that, I respect managers who always stick with their style, philosophy, like, with Lucho, with PSG, or Flick with Barcelona. This is my way. If you don't like it, sack me. I respect it, but I would like Flick to adapt to teams that know his kryptonite, so to speak, his one hole, and to try maybe do something different, but he's, high risk, high reward manager, so game is game, essentially.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm preparing when we meet in the final, man.
Of what, the Champions League?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the group first. Then we'll talk about that. All right, I guess we'll end the show here. Hopefully everyone did enjoy. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below. Subscribe as well. Check out PSG Int. His link is in the description as well. And we'll see you guys in the next week's episode. It's going to be a lot of build-up post international break. Again, big games for PSG, like we hinted about in the future, and safe for Barcelona as well. And I think you and I can both agree from this post international break until like middle end of January is where a lot of teams' seasons are decided. So we'll see how this turns out. But until next time, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Of course, Barcelona is still on top, but PSG have a lot of redemption to do after the international break. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.